As you guys know, Kevin Durant has been pretty awesome ever since he entered the league, but he's been nothing more than the number 2 guy. Even the year he won MVP, it wasn't consensus that he's the best player in the world, or at least the best guy you wanted going into the playoffs. Now, that's thanks to this guy, even this guy. Kevin Durant has been pretty vocal about it, and if you guys remember, Kevin Durant is not nice. What did Kevin Not Nice Durant do about this? Well, he remained the number 2 guy and joined a 72-win team with the unanimous MVP. Anyways, LeBron has fathered Kevin Durant throughout their careers. LeBron has roasted Kevin Durant. KD has also had some pretty good teams around him, so that's not really an excuse. LeBron has literally been Kevin Durant's dad. Now, the media constantly has tried to make a narrative, has tried to make a rivalry between these two guys, but I just never felt it. It's like, I understand you want to make the games more exciting and more entertaining, and in most cases it does work, but it'd be enjoyable if LeBron wasn't in an entirely different league of his own. And here's a tip to all players who aspire to be better than LeBron, or at least his equal: blame the media when he eventually smacks you around for it. Trust me, LeBron hears everything around the league. I mean, just look at this. From 2014, the cornball media trying to stir up some nonsense always, asking LeBron about Durant pretty much after every game. So his response? You know I know. It's like I've got a KD app on my phone. It's okay, LeBron. We all have a KD app on our phone.
Doodle jump?
Goodness, leave it to Kevin Durant to make a doodle jump commercial during the playoffs. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron has a higher score than him also.
Man, that's messed up.
Okay, so let's get into the actual video itself. How LeBron has destroyed Kevin Durant throughout their careers. Starting off with number 1, the all-around game. When it comes to all-around game, LeBron might have KD beat in literally everything. I mean everything. We'll look into the stats real soon, but LeBron is a better defender, rebounder, passer, higher IQ player, and their scoring is actually much closer than you'd think. But what will forever separate these two legends as players is passing and playmaking. LeBron is 10 times the passer and playmaker that KD is. KD isn't a bad passer or playmaker. LeBron is just on the god tier of passing and getting your entire team running. So KD really shouldn't feel ashamed here, and this comparison isn't as close as we may think. Comparing their assist numbers is just damn embarrassing for Durant. So, starting with scoring. Whenever we compare the two players, we usually give the scoring edge to KD, and I was genuinely confused when I dug into their scoring stats and compared them side by side. Like, baffled. I actually just laughed out loud. LeBron has never been known to be a scorer. And KD, on the other hand, well, he's just always in, the greatest scorer ever conversation. So when we look at the numbers, their scoring average is virtually the exact same. LeBron, known as the dude who just passes all the time and has played for 5 more years, has pretty much the exact same scoring average as Kevin Durant. And to be honest, this is just scary because LeBron is the dude who just passes all the time, but somehow at the end of the game, you look up at the scoreboard and he has 30. Throughout the duration of their careers, as Kevin Durant was racking up scoring title after scoring title, we can see LeBron and him have pretty much been neck and neck when it comes to points per game. And when you look at the field goal percentage, there are some years where KD does better and some years where LeBron does better. It's virtually identical how their scoring progresses. So Kevin Durant has LeBron beat in free throw percentage and 3-point percentage, but that's actually much closer than I thought it would be. And if you look at their overall field goal percentage, LeBron is shooting 49%, right around 50, beating out Kevin Durant by a tiny bit. So finally, knowing that LeBron averages virtually the exact same points per game as Kevin Durant on a higher efficiency, I'm gonna have to give the scoring edge to LeBron James.
Man, that's messed up.
Next up is defense. Now, as a defender, Kevin Durant is pretty damn great when he's on his game, but I take LeBron on the defensive end over KD any day. To keep it real though, as of late, LeBron has been coasting pretty often in the regular season on defense, but his ability to guard 1 through 5 when he's concentrated is unheard of. His engagement and lateral movement on defense is superb, but to give KD his credit, his length and timing is awesome, and he could end up being a nightmare defensively in the playoffs for the Warriors. But LeBron definitely takes the cake, and if we compare all NBA first team and second team, LeBron beats KD 6-0. Now let's be real, defensive teams are actually a popularity contest, and whoever plays the best defense on national TV wins. But I'd argue all of LeBron's selections were legitimate. Lastly, something we don't talk about nearly as much is clutch defense. Being clutch isn't just about hitting a jump shot over 2 guys for the win. LeBron is one of the most defensively clutch players in the league, and I don't know if you guys remember, but he just had the greatest defensive play in sports history about 5 months ago. And in case you guys forgot, this entire defensive play is named after him, the LeBron James chase down block, and that's something no one can take away from him. Now moving on to assisting and playmaking. I don't mind saying everything up until this point has been pretty close, or at least not embarrassing for Durant, but that's about to change, guys. This is what distinguishes LeBron from Kobe, LeBron from Jordan, and yes, LeBron from Kevin Durant. LeBron is the smartest passer I've ever seen. He's not the best passer I've ever seen, but the smartest. Knowing when to hit a player and exactly where to hit that player with a pass is his specialty. He's a genius with the basketball, and KD literally looks like squash compared to James in this category. And like I said, comparing their assist numbers gets just slightly embarrassing for Durant. LeBron has always had the gift of being able to get his own while getting everyone involved at crucial moments of the game. As you can see, Kevin Durant averages 3.7 assists per game while having mostly decent teammates throughout his career, compared to LeBron, who blows him away and averages exactly 7 assists a game while playing for trash teams for half of his career. Stats never tell the whole story. LeBron can make passes that no one else can in the league. His combination of size and vision make him one of the greatest to ever do it. Now again, KD is not horrible at passing or making plays, but I'm talking about the third eye. I'm talking about the Steve Nash, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson gift of passing. And LeBron James has it maybe more than anyone ever. Moving on to head-to-head matchups, my favorite part. Now I'll admit, before every head-to-head matchup between LeBron and KD, I would get hyped up like crazy, order pizza, sit back, relax, hoping for something interesting. But after the game, it would just be the same confirmation every time. LeBron is just simply better. LeBron is 13-3 against KD, and that's not even including the finals, in which he pretty much swept him and made him cry to his mother. Finals included, their record is 17-4, and this is where I just shake my head at LeBron. In their head-to-head matchups, which have pretty much all been nationally televised games, LeBron is averaging more rebounds, more assists, and more points on a higher efficiency, and it's all in less minutes played per game. Yeah, he's just slightly outplaying Kevin Durant, just slightly. But KD has nothing to be ashamed of. He plays great against LeBron, and really anybody. But LeBron's just that much better. Just like the Warriors as a team this season take the competitive edge out of most games, LeBron as a player took the competitive edge out of most matchups. This is another reason why Tim Duncan is to be respected. He was one of the few superstars who didn't just lay down and lose to LeBron in every matchup. Now, before moving on to the finals, I want to talk about a special matchup between the Heat and OKC in 2013. It was a classic nationally televised TNT game, and if you guys remember, LeBron was on that insane 6-game streak of scoring 30 PPG on 60% shooting. I want to talk about this game because it really exemplifies the comparison between these two players, as LeBron had 39, 14, and 7 compared to KD's 48 and 4. Again, LeBron's scoring is virtually identical to Durant's as he picks up more assists and rebounds. And it also shows how KD may put up amazing box score numbers, but still disappears throughout the games. And this is something we don't pay attention to enough. We just love looking at the box score after the game and just coming to whatever conclusion we like. So as soon as the game started, LeBron got to work. He scored 11 points in the first quarter and then 23 for the first half. Now, this is what I mean by KD disappearing through stretches of the game. He had a very quiet 14 points in the first half, and he even finished with 40, 26 of them coming in the second half, but the game was pretty much over by then. LeBron had ended it in the first half, and KD decided to be aggressive a little too late. And if any of this sounds confusing, you'll understand exactly what I mean if you remember that game or if you saw it. KD put up a great stat line but amassed most of his stats in garbage time. This is something I have to agree on with Stephen A. Smith, is that whenever LeBron and KD match up, KD just kind of disappears. He just has this fear to him. By the way, this might be a bit irrelevant right now, but LeBron's streak of 6 straight 30-plus point games on 60% plus shooting snapped this game. In 2012, LeBron was easily the greatest player in the world, yet the LBJ and KD comparisons were at their peak. And even though NBA fans loved having the LeBron-KD debate, LeBron had literally lapped every other player in the league at least 3 times. He was so overwhelmingly the MVP that season, it was as if he rose to the top of the MVP ladder, went back to the bottom, and then rose to the top again. Time after time, he just lapped everyone. But there was still some speculation and debate among casual fans, and people thought LeBron would eventually fall off a bit and KD would hit his prime and overtake him. It's just funny to look at that now, about 5 years later, as KD is regarded as one of the biggest vaginas in sports, fair or not, and LeBron is still overwhelmingly everyone's top gun. So let's take a look into the finals. After 2011, LeBron hasn't taken shit from anybody. Anytime someone doubts him or his back's against the wall, LeBron ascends to mythical levels. And even though his teams may not have always come through for him, he always put up legendary stats. If you guys remember, OKC beat the Heat in Game 1 of the 2012 Finals. After that, they wouldn't go on to win a single game. So enter the 2012 Finals. As I said, KD is a legend, and he always holds his own. As you can see, he averaged 30 PPG on around 54% shooting. But watching the actual games, instead of just relying on the box score, you would realize that it wasn't close, and KD's performance by the eye test did not show 30 PPG on 54% shooting. Durant disappeared in crucial moments for most of the series, while LeBron capitalized every time. It was hilarious and enjoyable to watch at the same time. All my friends were LeBron haters, along with 80% of the world, and they literally gave up after Game 2. LeBron literally shut everyone up. I saw it with my own eyes. To me, it became obvious who was gonna win and who the better player was. Just for reference, here are the playoff stats for KD and LeBron. Their points are pretty identical once again, so are the blocks, but LeBron averages more assists, rebounds, and steals, and he shoots a higher field goal percent. Also, keep in mind, LeBron is in the finals every single year. Now back to the 2012 finals. Here are the head-to-head stats for this series. LeBron got to the free throw line more than KD and shot an identical percentage. He averaged more offensive and defensive rebounds, more steals, and of course, more assists. As for KD, he averaged exactly 2 more points on a much better efficiency and more blocks in less minutes played. By the stats, it's completely fair to say KD had a legendary finals. And had things gone differently, it would be legitimate to say he outplayed LeBron. But the eye test matters, folks, and KD averaged the quietest 30 I have ever seen. He absolutely vanished during crucial moments on the floor and amassed several points in garbage times. This is why watching the games and having context behind the stats is so important. LeBron had one of the best, most complete finals ever. If there could be a perfect version of LeBron, I'd pick 2012 any day. And as soon as it was elimination time, LeBron closed out OKC in a 15-point blowout while dropping 26, 13, and 11. Yeah, LeBron has a knack for closing out finals series on triple doubles. And an underrated storyline here was LeBron and the Heat playing a small role in breaking up OKC's Big Three and a possible dynasty to come. But the NBA just has a funny way of just working things out and things falling into place. KD and LeBron were supposed to make the finals every year, and that was supposed to be a rivalry for the next half decade. But 5 years later, everything has blown up since then and could not be any more different. Yet here we are, looking at possibly another legit half decade of KD versus LeBron in the finals. Pressure turns you into diamond. Wait, I think this saying goes, pressure turns coal into diamond? And I wouldn't really want to refer to LeBron as coal, even though the 2011 finals could be considered as coal. No, all bullshit aside, as impressive as LeBron's stats were, this is what did it for me. This is what made this LeBron's most impressive accomplishment in his career to me. Even more than beating the Warriors. The pressure. KD and the Thunder were in the honeymoon period. They had nowhere near the pressure the Heat had. They were the ones who were supposed to win and not fold up like a tent. LeBron literally had the pressure of the entire world, the solar system, the planet, the entire galaxy wanted him to fail. They were gonna break up the Big Three had they lost. People were questioning if LeBron's pass first mentality works. People were saying he has no killer instinct with a straight face. Don't even get me started on the LeBron is not clutch narrative, which still hasn't died off for some morons. The memes were getting out of control. People were claiming LeBron to not only be the most overrated NBA player ever, but the most overrated athlete ever. Not a winner. Disappears in the fourth. Being carried by Wade. People were shitting on him 24/7. Facebook, Twitter, media, ESPN. He'd never win a ring. And worst of all, this scumbag Dan Gilbert was being justified. So what did LeBron do under all this scrutiny and expectation?
Ripped out everyone's heart and collected his ring. His first championship, making him one of the 10 greatest ever.
So if you guys made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. And if you're new, please hit that like button and that subscribe button because I have tons of NBA content and uploads every 2 days. So yeah guys, hit that like button and let me know in the comments down below. Who do you think has been LeBron's greatest rival throughout his career? Now this is going to be a pretty tough question because LeBron has dominated pretty much every big matchup. So let me know in the comments down below and stay tuned.